Happy April, everyone. Can you believe it's April? I know everybody always says that, right? It's like you get to a certain point and the year just seems to be zooming by. And for me, just moving past the first couple of months and into April is an exciting experience. I just love getting to this point because right now we are getting closer to nicer weather. The days are getting longer. And for me, that means jumping back outside. And that's what I thoroughly love most about living in general. If I can spend the day outside, if I can spend any time outside, everything else goes right. And considering this year we actually doubled the plot space that we're going to be growing our garden in, I'm super excited for that because we're going to have so much more opportunity to grow lots of food. And it gives me a chance to look beyond, just the normal stuff that, the tomatoes and the squash and the different things like that we've grown in the past and that, most gardeners do grow. But even to get into some flowers and to, incorporate things that I've never quite tried before. We always kind of tuck one thing into our garden that lets us explore, lets us have some fun with food and just see what happens. The very worst, it dies, it fades away, and we don't get to, experience whatever that was. Or in the best, we get a whole new food that we can enjoy, something that maybe we've never grown before. And so one of the things that I really think I love most about all this is the vibrant colors that are out there. Right now, with spring in the air, all the trees are flowering. You get your pinks and your yellows and your whites, and everything is just, kind of booming into life. And for me, that's a lot of what April is all about. It's like, coming back alive, being very vivacious and adding color back into your life, adding all the wonderful qualities of food that, a lot of times you don't get in the heart of winter. So for me, it's all about that, of enjoying new things. And that's why when I came across a book, title of a book, a cookbook this couple of months ago, I knew instantly it was something I was going to have to jump on. It's called Vibrant Food by Kimberly Hasselbrink, and fabulous. The minute I read about it again, I knew this was something I was going to have to jump at and invest in. So one of the things, I'll turn it to her introduction when she says, "I love to improvise in the kitchen, driven by a desire to experiment, to think about ingredients creatively, to brainstorm. Vibrant food is a result of that brainstorming. Its purpose is to start with color, employing flavor and texture to build gorgeous, dynamic dishes." She was after my heart and soul with that couple sentences right there. When I read that again, this was something I knew I was going to have to explore in greater detail, and having so much fun with it. And I'm really looking forward to jumping into this book, especially because how she organizes it is slightly different. And that also kind of excites me when I find cookbook authors that, just don't go with maybe the normal entrees, breakfasts, desserts, things like that, but maybe they explore a different way to put their creativity to work. And in this, she does that by creating and listing all of her recipes according to seasons. So she has spring, summer, fall, and winter selections that you can choose from. And then she just kind of moves through, the actual products themselves, the actual fruits and vegetables, rather than, again, sticking with the breakfast salads, entrees, that type of thing. So since we're moving into spring, again, I started looking through there. So with spring greens, she, has fresh chickpeas on toast and pasta with nettle pesto and blistered snap peas. She's got spring roots. She's got something that just kind of, again, took my heart the minute I saw it, was rhubarb. I love experimenting with rhubarb. It's one of my, my favorite things to cook with for a few weeks when it becomes available, usually in April, May, into June, sometimes even longer depending on how they grow it. But she's got two recipes in here: rhubarb compote with cacao nibs and a rhubarb ginger fizz. Oh, doesn't that just sound incredible? I can't wait to try all of those. So the thing that I also want to talk about with this particular book is it's not necessarily geared specifically to what you might consider to be the traditional plant-based book. However, it's, again, it's very accessible to plant-based, but she does include chicken and meat and fish and all kinds of things in some of her entrees. Again, I would say predominantly, it definitely has a leaning towards solely plant inspired meals. But again, she has a variety of different things, like a salmon banh mi that I cannot wait to try. Only I'm going to make a substitute, and I'm going to actually do it with tofu instead of salmon. So I think that's the thing that I also want to tell you, is you can look, and you should be looking at all kinds of cookbooks as you add them to your collection. Because the thing is you're looking for inspiration. And for me, again, even the title and the cover, right? The title and the cover just does it for me, with the flowers in there, the peaches in the salad. That inspires me to want to cook, to step into my kitchen. And the more you learn about your own dietary needs, what you want, the more you can substitute in things that make sense for you. So again, when I took a look at her banh mi sandwich with salmon, sounds extraordinary. I like some of the things she does with it. But again, you know, my taste says I don't move into the salmon, so I can substitute tofu. Same thing, she has some chicken in some of her recipes. For me, I usually substitute tempeh when cookbook authors do something like that. I cooked one of her fabulous recipes just the other night that my family just all completely adored. It was black bean patties with avocado citrus salsa. I'll have to show you a recipe there. Just absolutely incredible. From the photograph, again, I knew I had to try that. And in there, again, she mixes an egg in there, which I do not use in my house. So again, all I did is I substituted my version of an egg, which is a flax meal egg. Just made that simple substitution, and the rest of the recipe made complete sense and made, you know, was appropriate for what I stock my kitchen pantry with. And again, if you've ever thought, you know, I can't use this particular recipe, even though it's one of my favorites, just find ways that you can experiment, that you can make slight substitutions to fit your new direction on whatever it is, whatever direction it is that you are trying to go with your own dietary plan. This book is, again, I'm very excited about it for the month of April. I'm going to be placing this on my kitchen counter and using it, you know, definitely several times a week. Something that I've, again, already tried, loved a couple of the recipes in here, and I'm looking forward to cooking with it for the rest of the month. So if you'd like to play along, again, the book is Vibrant Food by Kimberly Hasselbrink. I'll put all the information here. You can download my current April guide and play along. I'll give you all the information and a couple of journal prompts too, to kind of get you going, so that you can pick out some of your meal plans, some of the entrees in here, and incorporate them into your weekly schedule. Make it easy, make it vibrant, and have fun with it.